Hey Joe, so McLarens consistently have the best power to weight ratio. How do you ensure that power feels engaging rather than overwhelming?
It's a really good question because if you add too much power, suddenly the car can feel wild, and that's a complete opposite of what we want at McLaren. We do that through a few key factors. The main one really as a driver is the feel, the ergonomics. So the seating position is low and I can feel engaged for the car. The car is always talking to me and communicating mainly through the carbon fibre chassis, obviously coming from F1 technology McLaren pioneered in the 1980s. That strong, stiff chassis communicates to me the whole time so I can feel exactly what the car is doing at any given moment. So it inspires confidence, and then I'm confident to push the car hard and have more fun.
Must be a lot of skill.
Yeah, there's a huge amount of skill involved, but the great thing about the McLaren is you can be a beginner in the car, and with all the traction control, all the ABS elements, all the driver aids and comforts, you can just drive it like a normal car, be nice and relaxed, and then suddenly with a couple of flicks of the switches, it's a real fast car, and then you can start drifting it and have lots of fun. But it really goes from a nice quiet car to a crazy car in only a couple of clicks of a switch.
In those high speeds, I could only imagine how challenging it must be to maintain control.
Yeah, and again, luckily the car is always talking to me, so I'm able to turn the car in 250 kilometers an hour into a corner, feel what the car is doing, and then actually realize, oh wow, I can even go a little bit faster here. Push the throttle a bit harder, get the rear sliding, and again, the car is always just communicating to the driver exactly what it's doing and what it needs to continue on a good trajectory.
What are some challenges you face when channeling that power into precision?
So you're really looking to find the balance of the grip available to you as a driver. And this is really done on feel, but we also have some systems in the car, the ESC system, which we can run fully on, dynamic or off, or even the variable drift control, which allows the driver to choose the angle they want to drift at, and then they can attack that and go from there. So the confidence levels are high, even if you're learning the car.
Again, another thing I would base on skill.
Yes, of course, skill is involved, and like anything in life, the more you do of it, the better you get. But if the main product is as best as it can be, then you've got the best chance to not need as much skill as maybe in another car.
McLaren vehicles are known for precise engineering. Does engine lubricant play a big factor?
It's pivotal, it's crucial. Like any internal combustion engine, friction is our enemy. Anything we're losing to friction should have been and could have been given to power and making us go faster.
Yeah.
At McLaren, because we want the most power possible, all our tolerances are so tight in that engine. So we are making sure that we're working with Gulf oils, we are able to lubricate the engine, coating it in a nice film so we can maximize our performance and making sure that we're getting every single drop of horsepower from the front of the engine to the back of the engine, pushing us forward.
Have you felt the difference between using different ones?
Massively. If you put a non-performance spec oil in, it feels like it's slow, lethargic, and suddenly you're like,
wow,
where's my power gone? And you talk to the engineers, and sure enough, one of the tests we're conducting is an engine oil test. And then we are looking then as a driver to look for our performance, so we always want to choose the best oil available.
I didn't expect it to affect that much. Aerodynamics obviously play a huge role in all cars. How has McLaren leveraged its racing heritage into all their supercars?
Yeah, we're so lucky to have McLaren F1 as a sister company, and we take so much of the learning from their aerodynamics on track into our road cars. So some of the big ones are the DRS, the drag reduction system. So we're able to drop the rear wing so we don't create the drag in a straight line, but then when we brake, it becomes a brake itself, an air brake. It lifts up, looks really dramatic. So we get the best of both. We don't get the drag, but then we also get the grip. And this is really derived from F1 technology.
Is there a specific feature that stands out to you in McLaren's aerodynamics?
So it's a great question, actually. We pioneered a few really great ideas, in my opinion. The AAMS, which was on our McLaren Elva, which stands for Active Air Management System. So we created this Elva without a windscreen. So you can imagine driving a car at 300 kilometers an hour without a windscreen creates a problem. So how we got around that was by making this air buffer. So the air comes into the front of the car, we rotate the air 130 degrees almost vertically, and it shoots out and creates a bubble for the driver. So we're able to keep this aesthetic of a beautiful car without a windscreen, but still the drivability. The second one that I love on our Speedtail, again, a very rare car we made. The whole rear of the car is very sleek because it's all about straight line speed. So we don't want drag, but we still want drivability. And the rear of the car, we have this huge engine deck. It's beautiful and sleek, but we're able to bend the carbon fiber up to 12 millimeters in height to able to generate drag, but then still get rid of any issues in the corner.
And if you had to pick just one of those features, which one would you go for?
I'd be greedy and pick a third one that I've not mentioned. I'd go all the way back to the P1 with the active aero. So we were able to get the car into race mode, which in some regions the car wouldn't be road legal. So we had to find a way around it where we lowered the car and lifted the rear wing up higher and to make the ultimate track driving experience.
Wow. Would you let me drive that?
I can see it in your eyes. You're going to be fast. I'm not sure if it's good or dangerous yet.
Are there any other ways the McLaren 60-year name heritage influences the technology that goes into these road cars?
Everything and every single day.
Wow.
That's the single thing I'm most proud about working for McLaren is every day we learn and we strive for better and better. And I think if you take our cars from day one to our current day, every single one is improved on the back of the one before and the one before that. So we're very aware of our heritage and our lineage on that, and we just keep pushing and striving for more and more each and every day.
Once again, thank you, Joe, for coming. Wonderful insight. I wish we got some more time to get some more information out of you. If there was one last thing you could say, what would you like to say?
It would be to say thank you to Gulf Oils for providing the best oil, which in turn makes me as a driver look faster and even better than maybe I really am.